So this is the entrance, and this is open. We're going to reveal some of this because this is where the bird flew in. So you see just a little bit into the door frame.
Yeah.
So tiny ass.
You are in the Belmar estate. Yeah, the doors are a little bigger than they look. It's a bit oddly sized.
Yeah.
Can I see properly?
You have no vision problems. It's not dark. It's actually well lit. There are windows. Some of them stained glass, some of them regular, but light is coming through, and it is dusk right now. So the sun is going down.
But I can see good.
There are also magically lit flames, eternal flames in the lobby. So you have a little bit of dusk light, and you have magical flame.
Cool.
So I cannot see these cloaked figures, right?
No, you cannot.
Hmm.
Can I peek through the door and...
That's all you can see already. That's already looking through the door. That is looking through the open door.
see very interesting.
Oh boy.
You already had one of those. You already have a
Close.
I can't move them.
I'll fix that. I'll fix that.
I
probably need to fix all of yours. Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, let's see. I'm looking at something. Oh, but I look at the party and I say, there's cloaked figures with crossbows, probably silk strands.
Oh,
Thoughts?
we're down here now. I was wondering why everything was black. Sorry, I got lost. I was like, what's going on?
It's okay, I announced it.
Well, on the one hand, they know me, but on the other hand, they abandoned me, so...
Do you think they give a fuck that the entire world is going to fall to corruption and horror?
No.
That's pretty short-sighted. I mean, what do you have left to fucking steal if everything is corrupt and being eaten by oozes and tentacly things?
I don't think it's quite so much the stealing part, considering they're the ones that brought him.
Well, they wanted a big heist. They wanted to rob the estate.
Well, yeah.
All of you make a perception. All of you make a perception.
Oh man.
Perception.
Back row.
Okay. All of you hear footsteps.
How can Cedric do that? What does that do?
All of you hear
My
footsteps. He's a druid, so he has this magical little thing called guidance, which, yeah. So all of you hear lots of rummaging around the estate. You hear glass smashing. You hear voices shouting in common. It's hard to make out what they're saying, though. But you would assume that the place is being ransacked and things are being looted.
Yeah.
I love the music.
I'm a little more aware with my eyes. Do you want me to go in instead?
If you
Plus,
like.
you can keep your. Plus, you can save some of your energy to use it later.
This
All
is
right.
a big area.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drink the potion of gaseous form.
Okay. It works. You are in a gaseous form now.
What kind of gaseous?
You are, let me pull up the spell to get you an exact description. You are an you are just sort of a grayish, smoky, misty cloud. You're a misty cloud. Now keep in mind that you are not immune to all damage types. That is a common misconception. And you are visible. You are indeed visible. You are a misty cloud.
Where's the smoke coming from? Can I get to it?
The smoke was I'm sorry, that's my fault for not describing. Toward the end of the bridge near the entrance of the main gate was like a smoldering little fire pit that was used by somebody. My apologies for not describing that. Also, yeah, there was some smoke coming from one of the chimneys as well.
How fast can I move? Gash.
Let's see here. 10 flying speed of 10 feet.
Ugh. And how long does it last?
Lasts for up to 1 hour with concentration.
But it's potion, so I don't gotta worry about it.
You also, there's some limitations. You also cannot manipulate objects or speak. You can pass through small holes. You can't, let's see. You can't fall down pits and whatnot. You remain hovering in the air even when stunned or otherwise incapacitated. You can't talk or manipulate objects, and any object you are carrying or holding cannot be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. You cannot cast spells or attack either while in this form.
Do I just like
If you reach,
have my
if you,
same body
if you-
shape, just like a gas, or am I just basically a cloud?
No, you're just a cloudy, misty, amogalous form. If you reach 0 hit points, the spell ends basically.
Could I disperse myself really wide over a large area?
No, you would still have the same volume.
Oh. Alright, sure. I'll try to be as sneaky-like as I can.
Are you entering the space?
To there, at least.
Yeah. I'm
Scene
revealing.
thing.
I'm revealing. Just give me a moment. So you see Merrick Rummel holding
That prick.
a knife to Callista's throat. And you see that her hands are bound behind her back.
Fucker.
And he and a few other rogues are there with him. And you see that they do notice the strange cloud of mist, especially because an owl just flew in, which was very uncharacteristic for an owl to do. Merrick Rummel is smirking and is holding her very firmly. And he seems to be expecting you.
That sounds about right.
He also raises one hand to indicate to his men not to shoot the cloud. They have all sorts of weapons on them. They have sheathed blades. They have crossbows that are out. They are armed.
Yeah, that's not good.
And he says, "Peekaboo."
I would speak back, but I can't. Or just be like, I see you, and you see me, so now I know.
We can hear the peekaboo though, right?
Yes, you recognize the voice. All of you who have met him before recognize the voice. And sometimes I can do it and sometimes I can't. But right now I'm a little bit rusty. I'm a little hyped on caffeine. But you in character recognize the voice. Rezelin never met this character, and who else never met this character? I don't think Sandra ever met this character. He's not here anyway. I don't think Archimus ever met this character. Cedric did, obviously. Cedric is probably Cedric and Nim are the most familiar with him. Yep.
Yeah.
Cedric and
I mean,
Nim are the
granted, so
most
we're probably
familiar.
the coolest with each other.
Yeah, except
and
he knows that we've.
Lorian recognizes him just enough.
I saved him. I saved his life that one time. Killed the dragon. Or wyvern thingy.
I think he stabbed the dragon.
Well, he stabbed it, but I'm the one that killed it.
I think he killed it.
I think he
I
killed
helped.
it.
Even if he did, I was there.
He did help, yes. But we also know that this is a treacherous man who stabbed Starry in the gut and left her to die. We know that this man has... Who knows? I'm trying to remember all the things he's done. He's done some stuff.
He owes me my money. Because he's totally gonna pay it.
So what do you do? He is telling his men not to shoot you, which
That is true.
they could do right now.
So he knows that the gaseous cloud is a person who has cast gaseous cloud, is what this implies.
he was alerted to all your presence by the owl, which very deftly flew in and out, which is uncharacteristic of a natural owl of the mountains to do. He was observing you guys up to the death of his mage, as you learned in the monastery, and also Gaseous
Right.
Cloud, although is pretty sneaky, is a fairly low-level spell, and these rogues come across many magical items on their escapades. And you are kind of floating into like an indoor space. You're not like in a foggy swamp or something, so it does kind of stand out a little bit. And it is
Yeah.
well lit.
Probably not the best idea.
There are lights here and things like that.
Yeah, I know I should have done. Should have done invisibility, then gaseous cloud. Would be an invisible cloud.
They might both require concentration. I don't know if that's possible. Who knows?
Well, if you drink a potion, you don't have to have concentration.
That's
I don't like this scenario, Steve.
Well, you are here at the Belmare Estate, and there are so many things that are going to happen, but I can't tell you.
But we made it.
I don't
You are here.
like. I hate
So-
hostage situations.
+1 for us.
I do have a lot of
okay.
hostage situations. I have to admit, I even thought about this. There are a lot of hostage situations so far. There was Resolin,
Yes.
there was Nimla Way several times, but you know what? It's effective.
I think it's telling, Steve. You get to sit with what that's telling.
So what do
But-
you folks want to do? Are you going to
At
wait
my
out
very
here,
slow
or is
pace.
Cedric going to? What would you like to do,
Up onto
Cedric?
There.
All right.
That's fine.
All right.
That only goes up
How
to your
tall
like up to your calves. Both the
Okay.
fountains. The plants go up to your shoulders. Also,
Hey,
I'd like to, I need to, I'm sorry. I just show one more thing to Cedric. It's an image of what this room kind of looks like, with a little more space in the lobby, a little bit deeper into here. This is, so it's a lot more littered and there's a lot more things than it looks to be. Now that prismatic thing is not in this room. It's sort of like in the center there. It's more like a magical, like, wondrous thing. Anyway, yeah, go on.
It's a magic thingy.
It looks all mystical up in this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, like a haphazard wave slash. Hey.
So I've heard Merrick say peekaboo, and I recognize his voice.
You do.
Oh,
Cedric,
hey,
you.
Nim. Go
What
ahead.
did you call him? Sorry, what did you call him? Oh, you talked to Nim.
Sorry, but I interrupted your sentence. He also sees what?
No, I was sorry. I was going to say Cedric also sees. These rogues are at attention, but there are also other silk strands behind them, sort of like.
Who's that chick?
She's also just another rogue. There's.
Oh.
You
Looked
actually
different, so I was
you
like,
actually you actually recognize almost all of these people as being on the ship. Some of them you just never got to know their personalities very well. But you see other rogues kind of carrying things in sacks out the window, like they are actively raiding while Merrick and his immediate bodyguards are with him at attention. But the others are almost not even caring that you're there and are hauling loot out of the windows and climbing out in different areas. And you hear them ransacking above. On floor 2, you hear them ransacking on this floor. There's lots of movement around the building as you are in the lobby, and you can hear and see a little more than the rest of the party where you are.
That's true.
Hey, Nim, isn't that the guy you fucked? Nim is.
Nim says yes, and very brashly runs into the room as she would. And that's what Nim would do.
Alright.
That's fair. I
Oh,
mean,
Nim
that's-
is here. Oh, you're here, Nim. I'm sorry, I'm controlling your character. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, and then she'll tell Lauren to fuck off.
Okay, well, I didn't know you were here, so go on. You can take over from here, my friend.
Yeah, she would definitely tell Lauren to fuck off, and then does as you have previously said, and walk into the other room.
So my
Okay, so-
gaseous form, just like what the.
So
the
Nim,
fuck?
you see Merrick Rummel, the man who stole the box, holding Callista at knife point, and he says, "I'm not going to do the voice properly." He says, "I need you to open this box still," and he slides the box across the floor to your feet, perfectly. And I'm going to show you the picture of the box again, the same box that he took from you all those weeks before.
It's the box.
He still needs you to open it. Now, the fact that you guys are inside the Belmar estate indicates that perhaps it wasn't containing the key to the front gate. You still do not know what is inside of it, or what it is.
Who else is in the room with me?
Just me.
Just Cedric in gaseous form. And
Alright,
these
well,
other
I'll
rogues.
shimmy on over here. And then under, like behind the pot, where I'm sure no one can see me, I'll try to just signal like 4.
I mean,
they're immediately here.
they can see you, but
If
sorry,
behind the pot,
you're trying to do what now?
just with my hand behind the pot, just put up 4 fingers.
Okay, so you're back
I'll
in your
point
normal
down.
you're back in your normal form, right? Okay.
Wow.
So how many people are actually in the room? How
So
many
you
people are in the-
actually see a few people going out of the window here, which are already like going out of the window with loot. You hear bustling around the building, but you see 4 rogues. One of them is Merrick, and you see Callista at knife point and Cedric with you. So basically what you see here. The other rogues are going out of the window carrying tons of loot from the Belmar estate.
Is it possible that so can Nim attack Merrick?
So,
Theoretically.
so as you can see, these circles here represent pillars. So he is behind a pillar and behind Callista. So he's like about 90% in cover, with Callista as part of that cover. And he's telling you to open the box, and he says you know how to open it, and only you can open the box, and he's had enough of this.
So you're telling me that we've got a hostage?
That's correct.
Yes.
What I like to say, acceptable casualty.
Oh my god.
No, Nim would try and open the box.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nim tries to.
I would come into the room, except I can't move my token for some reason. I can select it.
Sorry, I thought I fixed. I'll do it for you. You enter the
Okay.
room. I'll try to fix it while you do that. Not sure why it's not letting me give you control, but just let me know where you want to move off. Do that from now on.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright.
Is anybody else following through? I'll have Archmus join just for shits and giggles. Falmanar, are you there? I'm gonna have you go through because you're Nim's or
Yeah,
you're Lorian's
I'm always
bodyguard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dissa?
And Rezelin, are you going to enter or remain behind? Both are totally viable options in this dangerous situation. Dissa? Good lord. Anyways, go on, Lorian. What would you like to do? She doesn't know anybody here and she's scared. Fuck it. She's gonna stay over here for now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Listen, Merrick, do you realize what's going on right now? You know, with this massive, ancient, evil god that's gonna basically wreck our entire plane and try to kill all the other gods. You know about that, right?
There's always another
already-
god, there's always another legend, there's always another prophecy. All I know is I'm getting my cut, and we're going to be out of here by nightfall. We've won.
okay.
We're already here. We've won. We are here. I need what's inside
So-
that box because it unlocks the rest of this place.
So you're here for money.
Yes, the largest heist anyone has ever seen. What we're doing is legendary.
Okay. Seems kind of foolish. I mean,
So
I imagine a bunch of you died. You really... Oh, look, you really want to go in there. You really want to go in there.
Oh, we've been all over this place. There are untold passages, hidden doors, hidden dungeons, and I
But-
can't
but-
get in until I open that box. We've only just
Okay.
scratched the surface. We have enough money here to last us the rest of our lives.
Well then, if you have enough money left to last the rest of your lives, why do you need to go further? I'm just
Because-
telling you, you'll probably get torn apart by something horrible with way too many tentacles.
Because I am no mere commoner. I'm no thief. I'm a bandit lord. That's why.
Okay, but you're a bandit lord who's set for life, who isn't getting violated from the inside out by massive ancient
Enough!
god tentacles
He
currently.
starts to put the blade into Callista's shoulder.
Nim is trying to
Slowly.
open the box, right?
Nim, dexterity check and intelligence check, please.
Least you could have done is at least pay me before you left.
I left you a
But,
ship.
I
Do you
mean-
know how much that's worth? That's worth 20,000 gold. What did you do with this ship?
I didn't do anything with it.
We left that
So-
behind because we knew the treasures that laid within these walls are worth far more than that. You should consider
Yeah,
yourself
someone
lucky.
kind of ran into it.
Hmm.
So I at least appreciate the note you left. So there was that. At least you told me.
We heard about the orcs when we were already doing the trade for the slave. We had to make haste.
Yeah, that didn't exactly go well.
So how are you
Probably
gonna? Look, she's trying to open the box, but listen, how are you gonna spend any of this gold or be set for life when everything is being consumed by an evil being? When the entire world is getting crushed by big glowing pink crystals and blobs and oozes and the sky is on fire, what are you gonna buy then?
I think that's a bit of a lost cause.
22
This point.
persuasion, Steve.
Oh, damn.
You would be absolutely correct if there weren't more of these gods around. All of the gods have forsaken us here. If what you think is true, then that means that there's only that much more to enjoy while our time is here. To
But I
live
mean,
in hedonism and to live in riches. If we are to
Sure.
die tomorrow, then today is the day that we shall seize.
But then you've got, if you're gonna die tomorrow, you've got plenty of money.
And what do you
And
plan to
look-
do? Destroy a god?
If I can. I mean, look, he's talked to me, okay? I went and talked to him. So I can feel him in the back of my head. He's actually real and actually around. I'm just telling you.
So Lorian,
That-
roll an insight. I'm sorry, I should have interrupted you there, but yeah, roll
No,
insight.
it's already, oh god.
So with a 5, you can see that you did indeed convince him that this may be more credible than just a normal prophecy. It seems like you are knowledgeable in the ways of what's going on here, and he actually is convinced. But you also see that his nature is one that is just he's about material gain and hedonism, and even if you did convince him that this may be a serious threat to the entire plane of existence, he feels, and you see in his eyes, that there's nothing that he can do, just a mere mortal rogue, and that his small little kingdom is to rule his thieves guild and to bring back treasures untold. And that he, even if he does believe you, there's nothing he can do to stop some otherworldly being from consuming this world. Right now, you can see that all he wants is that box opened to amass even more treasure than they are already hauling out right now through the mountains.
I glance over at him. If he wants to go in there first that badly, let's trade the key for the kid. Go ahead, my friend.
Intelligence
Go
check,
right on
Nim.
in.
Nim, intelligence check.
I have a plan that's so stupid, but Oh god.
Nim's using
Nim.
think me.
Ooh.
Interesting, Nim. Very,
Big brains.
very interesting. Many plot twists indeed. So Nim, this is an extremely high roll. Higher than I expected any of you to get on this matter, and you happen to be a drow. You see that this box uses a very ancient craftsmanship that is known only to drow. None of the rest of you would ever be able to pick up on this. And you know from word of mouth through stories that you heard when you were a kid and things that you read in ancient books that this kind of box can only be opened through a lineage. And it's not something that you can decipher through comprehend languages or something like that. These are carvings that are almost like hieroglyphs or pictographs. They're symbolic to you, and they're only known to drow and things like that. and you believe that only your own blood, if it is to be spilled upon the box, it could open the box. Any roll lower than that would not have deciphered any of this.
But the nat 20.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She, Nim moves over to Merrick. I'm afraid I've opened it as far as I can. I need your blood.
No, what I meant was your own drow blood from your own lineage.
Yeah,
So it would be your blood.
I know. I'm trying to trick him.
Okay, roll a deception. Very good.
Another 20.
He's also not letting you go very close. So
Fucking. Oh.
So he would defend himself with is charisma or wisdom? I'm trying to remember.
For his deception, it would be an insight check.
An insight check. And insight is powered by which one now? Let me see here.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Also, on the way there, did Nim happen to pass me at all?
Nim?
Yes.
So I'm only letting Nim go as far as you are, Cedric, because
Okay, cool. That's all I need.
because the others,
Just-
like
Okay,
he's pushing the blade closer to Callista's neck the closer that Nim goes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all I need. Just a little tap behind the thing, because I checked the lines earlier. They can't see, and give her guidance. A little bit more deceptive.
Oh yes, that would be rolling a.
Steve, I
D4.
gotta go.
Do you?
No problem.
That's
I'll take
16.
over your character for now.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
Bye,
We
guys.
played for like a
Bye.
good 4 hours.
Later.
See ya.
So, 16 deception.
I'm having
Yeah.
Reslan enter the room. So
Okay.
the boost in, so how does that work in? You can do that as a free action?
So, I mean, persuading with someone would just be a talk. Oh, so with that, it's basically my action, but all I have to do is just touch them. So that's it.
I'm just
Sounds
pulling up guidance because this is a pretty epic situation. Vocal and somatic concentration per minute.
Got this. Maybe you don't. Alfred.
Before this. Is this before or after the roll? It can roll the die before or after making the ability check.
So it doesn't matter. But, I mean,
Okay.
why would you not?
So Merrick is visibly skeptical, but then says, "Fine, slide the box back then."
Ah. I feel so important.
She tries to lie again. It can only work with me touching the box and your blood on the lid.
Deception again, then.
Boop. Yes!
Oh,
There it is!
Nat fucking 20.
So he says,
And that's
"Drop
22.
all of your weapons and come forward. Only you come forward."
Let the girl go first, and then I'll drop all my weapons, and then we will talk.
I said, "Drop all your weapons and come forward." You
Nim
are
would
no
drop all of our
position to bargain. Okay, so Nim drops all her weapons.
Nim would drop
Let's-
all of her weapons except for a small. Nim would actually just drop all of her weapons and walk over.
Well, I'm having a look at your character sheet. We don't have to erase them right now, but just to keep track, you're dropping a rapier, 2 short swords, a hand crossbow, a longbow,
Holy shit.
and you're also dropping.
Freaking Mad Max out here. Just.
I
One,
don't.
Four.
I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're dropping 5 weapons on the ground.
It's just a pile.
So are you
Pretty cool.
actually doing this? Is that what you're doing? Correct?
Yeah, I don't think she can smuggle in any of. Like smuggle a weapon that's like on her back or something.
You don't have any other weapons, but I need to know, is that what you're doing before we proceed?
All she
How
does that?
short is a short sword?
Not.
It is
Very-
about 2 feet long, I think.
Doesn't Nim have
two
the
and a half
Silver
feet.
Strands dagger in her?
Yes. Legend. Right. So she would hide. She would conceal the Silver Strand's dagger. She would conceal it on her. So yeah. So it's hidden in her clothing.
Sleight of hand check.
You've been
conceal it.
booped.
Sleight of hand check.
Oh, this is so risky.
All the boops.
Get a lot of solid rolls, so not gonna lie.
So 13 sleight of hand.
Only because you're standing behind the plant, halfway concealed. You do drop all the weapons except for the dagger.
Yeah,
Nice.
you've been pooped again, just at a time.
So
Okay, she would walk over to Merrick and present the box.
all right. So this rogue over here walks up and takes the box from you, but you have to keep your hand on it according to you. So he
Yeah, no.
holds it out. So he's okay. Let me move your character the way this is happening. So you're standing right in front of Callisto and the pillar. This man here is holding the box with one hand, and you're holding it with one hand. Merrick has his right arm, around Callisto's throat, going to his other hand with the dagger. So she's around in his arm, and he's cutting his left hand slightly to cause blood to drip from it. So she's still within his right arm, and he's reaching out his left hand to let the blood drip on the box, which are being held by you and the rogue.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
This is gonna be hella risky, but
I want to just
Nim-
like jump in and just like aha.
Well, we're not on initiative right now, so is there anything anyone wants to say or anything like that?
I know for a fact that if I try to do anything, I'm gonna fuck it up. So I will remain
Good.
quiet.
Are any of them looking at me?
I am terrified. What is Archimus doing though? Because Archimus I know is not here, but I know Archimus is very protective of this child. Steve,
Good point.
so-
That is a good point. Let me take a look at.
this is so fucking risky.
So first of all, Archimus
This is gonna
has
be Assassin's Creed right now.
Archimus has no way of... Actually, that's not true. I'm going to do an insight roll on what Nim is saying for Archimus, so Archimus can tell whether or not Nim is lying. Unfortunately, Archimus is completely... He doesn't know anything about this box, the drow magic, and Nim's intentions. I don't know, guys. I feel this is a pretty intense situation. What should I have Archimus do as a group collaborative, you know? Because this is like...
Can't Archimus cast
Tell
like
him to stay
hold
back.
person or a hold person type of thing?
So I can tell you what he has right now. His cantrips are Mage Hand, Thaumaturgy, Vicious Mockery. His level 1 spells are Comprehend Languages, Cure Wounds, Sleep, Unseen Servant, and Hellish Rebuke. His level 2 spells are Darkness, Detect Thoughts, Pyrotechnics, and Shatter. And his level 3 is Hypnotic Pattern. He could technically do Detect Thoughts on Nim. But Nim would know that he's casting that on him. I don't know. There's a lot of different situations here. What do you guys want to do?
Right. So I feel like you know what I'm gonna do, right?
Regardless,
Well-
this is a one last moment for anyone else to do anything before you do what you want to do. Is just what I'm saying. So we're trying to figure that out right now.
Are all of them looking at us, or are they just like looking at Nim?
I mean, they're all on like high alert right now. I mean, these two guys are looking directly at Nim. These two are just like ready for whatever. They're looking back and forth at everyone in the room.
Okay. Eh.
And they have
Can
regular
I prepare
crossbows.
an action?
You can, depending on the action. it's
Like, can
feasible.
I prepare to cast Misty Step?
You
I
can.
shimmy on over
But you have to
here?
tell me.
Make
You
it-
have to tell me. You have to tell me the conditions. If it's a reaction, what are the conditions? That it would.
If he starts to attack the child at all, if things look like they're
Well,
gonna go south at all, I'm gonna try to Misty
you have
Step.
to be more specific because he's already been kind of lightly stabbing her, very lightly. Like we're talking like 1
Well,
HP max.
I'm waiting to see if Nim attacks, or yeah, I'm waiting to see if Nim attacks or if
Okay, so if Nim attacks,
if
your
Merrick-
prepared action is Misty Step, correct?
to get behind him. If Merrick,
That's fine.
Can I
yeah.
shimmy on over here?
You can do that in the
Draw attention.
the last 6 seconds of before whatever he wants
Well,
to
because
do.
that was 5 feet. As like my last thing, could I cast meld into stone into the wall?
Can you cast meld? I mean, that may or may not cause alarm to the rogues. They might think you're casting something else.
I mean, these two are doing that thing. Those two can't see me.
Right,
Wall.
right. Meld into stone. Let me see.
Yes.
I know what it does, but meld into
Pretty
stone.
self-explanatory.
No, I know, but I'm just looking at some of the details here. So vocal and somatic, and you can see what happens out of it. You remain aware of passage of time. I'm pretty sure you can't see. Yeah, you can't see what occurs outside of it.
Yeah, I know.
You have to make wisdom checks to hear sounds outside, and they're made with disadvantage. So you
Okay.
might not even hear what happens outside of the stone as well. Yep. And there's a few other conditions and whatnot. But yeah, you can cast that right now if
Okay.
you'd like to.
I am in the wall.
Okay. We're gonna put you right here for now.
So the normal thing for passive perception with disadvantage is you subtract 5, but that would still make mine really good. So I don't know if you want to go with that or not.
No, because you would be making specifically perception checks
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
according to the spell, in order to even attempt to hear anything.
See, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I can exit on any other part of the wall. Is it at all possible for me to exit anywhere along this wall? Like,
Oh, I'm
over
reading
here or something?
the spell. Using your movement, you step into the stone at a point you can touch. Let me see what happens if you step out now. If expelled, you fall prone. This is if you're expelled, but okay. It says you can use your movement to leave the stone where you entered it, which ends the spell. So you would have to go
That's
back
fair.
out the way you went. And you've already cast it, so technically you're in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it depends. I
thought
mean,
that
if you would know how the spell works, so I can let you take that back
Yeah.
if you like.
Yeah, I thought I could leave it on another part of the wall.
No, you can take it back.
Never mind, I guess. I was
No, you
going to be
take-
like,
it's
surprise! I
fine.
pop out the other side of the wall.
Because you were to assume that you know how the spell works if you're knowledgeable enough to cast it. So I'll let you take that back.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
wouldn't have even ended up like moving over there. So
Any last words before Nim would like to do what he likes to do?
paired action. Produce flame at that guy. So that's the only one I can hit. Reasonably. Or if someone starts attacking. Like Nim attacks or something.
At which guy? Sorry. At which spell?
Produce flame specifically thrown at that guy. Because he's the only one I can throw it at.
Okay. Just doing a double check of this one. Flickering flame mirrors. So this is so one action casting time. Blah blah blah. Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
Behind the pot, of course.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, Nim, what would you like to do? Oh, Nimmy.
Nim.
Right. So, she would. So it would. Right. So Nim would get out the dagger that she concealed and then stab it in Merrick's throat.
Okay,
There it is.
so that would be.
But like hella quickly.
I'm
So,
gonna
but-
say so. I'm gonna say this would be considered, even though he's on high alert. I'm gonna say that the successful sleight of hand to conceal the dagger would then create a surprise. Oh no, what was it?
Surprise.
What's the terminology? It's not surprise attack. It's called
It's surprised.
It's a surprise attack. Yeah.
Ambush.
Which means that traditionally a character would not be able to do something on their turn.
Yeah, so it's basically everyone that goes that round gets a free round to do stuff.
Right.
So like that, anyone that has prepared action, I don't know if like Valorant.
But the rogue to Merrick's left had a readied action to attack Nim, obviously because this is a high tense situation.
Then yeah, so he wouldn't be surprised either.
Right, but Merrick was, he didn't have a prepared action because he's just relying on cover. So Nim would have to make an attack. Is that with advantage? Let me see how that works.
Yeah, so you get with advantage against them if they're surprised.
Yeah, which is
And
different
Nim's
than.
also attacking.
Yeah, so.
The thief doesn't get advantage on Nim.
And a dagger's a 1d4, is it not?
Correct.
So Nim, you make your attack roll, please, first,
With
and then
advantage.
and then we roll initiative.
How'd you do that?
Does it?
So the top where the two red things are, just click advantage, and then just click on in the middle of your core page. It'll say dagger.
I'll do it for you, because you're on the phone. It's
Thank
harder to
you.
do.
Please.
Oh yeah, you're on phone.
Does
Let's
it matter
see.
that
Advantage.
it's at his throat specifically?
They don't have a
damage?
dagger set up. Hold.
Well, unfortunately, this is a situation where you can't just like say, but you're getting an
It's aimed at
advantage.
the throat.
I mean, like anybody can be like with all their attacks, like, and I'm aiming for the head, but this is just how the mechanics work.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's
Advantage,
putting it in there. If you can click it,
There we go.
Cedric, since you have it under control. Yeah.
Got a
Okay.
23.
So that would what was the roll before the bonus? +6. Okay. So let's see the damage.
Oof.
That is a 1
Oh, wait.
damage. However,
Oh wait. Wait a minute. Oh, that's not. That's plus strength.
sorry, what's going on?
There we go. That's the damage. Yours was plus strength.
Okay. Okay, so I mean, it's not.
But it's a
It's not,
surprise round,
it's,
so
it's not a fatal attack, but you do cut him like right on the upper shoulder blade, like right next to the neck, and it is it's probably like the best attack you can do with a non-magical dagger. To be honest with you,
all the actions.
it actually causes him to drop Callista to the floor and
Yes.
stumble backward.
Oh, thank fuck.
Yes.
Now, before
I've
anything
missed a step.
happens, the
All
rogue
the ready action.
to the left of you, which
yeah, the rogue
is
attacks. I attack
using
the rogue.
a short sword, is
Disappears over
attacking
here.
Nim.
I'll roll my thing at the same time. That's not the right one. There we go.
What is Nim's
Oh, a
AC?
21.
What is Nim's
Uh,
AC?
Do not know.
Nim's AC is 14. This rogue
That doesn't
actually,
seem right.
this rogue slashes at you violently, but actually hits the box in your hand, and you actually block the attack with the
Ooh.
box.
Box blocked.
And I got the guy freaking good. I rolled a 21 to hit, so.
On which fellow?
The thief that attacked. So that was
Okay.
my ready action.
Okay.
And he takes 15 fire damage.
It's actually a good amount.
I sure hope Callista's able to run like fuck.
Okay, next. I think it's time
I
to roll
missed-
for initiative. Oh, you misty stepped,
I
correct?
misty stepped, so I
that
should
that
be...
doesn't mean you can attack now though. It doesn't mean you can attack
Yes,
now.
but I should be here, so
Yeah.
if you could put me there, that'd be good.
Correct.
Oh,
So how far was Merrick back to? Did he like stumble back to like here?
Yeah, so he stumbled back like almost in the same area. They're like kind of bumping into each other at this point.
Yeah.
He stumbles back the same exact moment that she misty steps in, so they're kind of like bumbling.
Surprise!
So now we do initiative.
Woo!
I got 5,
we're
so...
going. I know it's been a long session, but we're just gonna take 1 minute break. I'll be right back
Okay.
while we roll initiative. I'll
also
pull
got
up. I'll pull up the initiative window too. I think does that even work? I don't even know how that works. Fuck it.
I think you have to like blind it here. Let me, if you pull it
Fuck it.
up, I can figure out how to get it.
I'll be right back. I have a few things to say before everyone gets back, or when everyone gets back. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Who else walked away?
Alright.
Was it Cedric? I think Cedric walked away.
Can you open that initiative window for a moment, Steve, and we can try this?
Yeah. Also, this song is like this looping music is really bothering me. I'm gonna turn that off for now. There's the turn order
Okay.
thing. It's a bit funky.
Let me see if...
Numerically
This-
descending. Have it set to numerically descending.
Oh, hey. Okay,
So
look.
I'm clearing the list. I just cleared the list. Now we can start fresh.
Okay.
So now everyone just hit your initiative.
All right.
So Nim, if I'm not
Damn, I got a
mistaken,
20.
your character follows the deity of lies and trickery. Is that correct? I think you mentioned that.
Liero.
So you
Liero?
just did several deceptions in a row right there, which is in line with your character, which is awesome roleplay, which is in line with your deity. So you get, I think you already have an inspiration point, which you could have actually used there, but I don't know if you do have one or not, but either way, you're earning one now. You can only have one at a time. Let me see if you already have one.
I already have one, yeah.
So, I mean, you could have used it there, but you have one still, so, because that was awesome.
It's an
And
inspiration point, anyway.
so when you use one at
Forgotten.
any time, you can choose to use one, which gives you an advantage on a certain check, which I totally forgot to let you know you had. Otherwise, I would have let you know, but I forgot. But either way, that was really awesomely played because that is totally in line with your character to resort to lies and trickery, as it is the deity that he follows.
Fascinating.
And also, when you were AFK, you were in the room which had the spell Zone of Truth on it. So I had your character be completely quiet because he is someone who resorts to lies and stuff, and so he didn't want to speak in a room that only could be spoken of truth.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So I will roll initiative for Artemis while we wait. And here we are.
Okay, so
Got an 18. This is awkward because it shows the map. When I roll for someone else, it's awkward as fuck. There's a way to roll for someone else, but I'm too lazy to do it. And I'm gonna roll for Resolin. Oh god, it's rolling the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. So as Artemis, let me see what happens if I choose. So as Artemis, I'm gonna roll for Artemis. Artemis is rolling. See, that still doesn't work. Not sure how to roll as Artemis. Since I'm killing time, I will try to figure this out. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Just,
So
I'm gonna just do it on
Steve-
paper.
Artemis's primary motivation at this point would probably be to try to protect the child.
He just rolled a 1. You rolled a 4. Nim, please roll initiative. Dominar, if you're there, roll initiative. Cedric, if you're back, roll initiative. Oh, I did roll. Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
I did roll. I did roll as Artemis. That's weird. I'm doing it on
Okay.
paper now, and I'm just rolling dice. So roll your initiative. I'm just doing the characters that I'm controlling, like Resolin and Artemis. I'm rolling on with real dice, because fuck it.
15.
Artemis says he'll even leave with the child if needed to protect her.
Okay.
That's fair.
So, how do I roll initiative?
You go to your thing, and just above your hit points, you'll see 3 things. There'll be armor class, initiative, and speed. You just click on the word initiative.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Lauren, you rolled 2 times, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm taking the first one, but the second one, what's going on? Why did you roll 2 times?
Because you cleared it, so you said fresh start, roll again, so I did.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go with the 4 just because to reduce complication here. Okay, so Cedric 15 and Nimalway 20. Who am I missing? There's an NPC. There's a Falmanar. CAFK.
Hello. No,
Hey,
I just
roll,
got back.
roll initiative.
Okay, my bad.
You're all good. Okay, so you're right after Cedric. Okay. I think all the ready to actions have been completed.
Yeah, it's the first three. It's all the original from the first episode, didn't it? Wasn't this all us?
I think so.
It's like all the all the people.
The
from
original
the
casting
first
crew.
things.
Okay, so we're gonna have Nimwala go first.
Doesn't Archimus go first? You got 22.
Archimus. Oh, I rolled. It was fucking up with the image, so I just did them with dice on paper. I have it all written on paper. So I have Reslin goes second to last. Archimus goes last. So it goes Nim, Cedric, Felminar, Lorien, Reslin, Archimus, not including the rogues, which I have to do in a second.
Okay.
Okay,
I hope they
now
all
let
get
me
one.
do a couple rogues here, but there's more things afoot than the eye reveals. Okay, one of the rogues actually goes last.
Shouldn't this be revealed now because I Misty stepped over here?
Yes, just give me a moment. I'm like dealing with a bunch of different things here. 14. What was your roll, Lorien? Your roll was Cedric was 15, so this rogue goes right after Cedric.
I guess I'm a 4.
And this roll here. Ooh, Merrick rolled a 19, which is right behind Nimlalwe. Nim, go first.
Right. So, who's alive and who isn't?
Everybody's alive.
Everyone's alive. But you did the best possible
Very
move you
good.
could have done with a dagger. In D&D, there's not like really a thing where you can necessarily do like a one-hit kill, so to speak, depending.
Unless
you
you're a
did-
rogue.
But yeah, when you do a surprise attack as a rogue from behind in the shadows, you can do a fuck ton of damage.
Well, rogue, paladin, hexblade, because you roll like 20d8 in one attack. It's ridiculous.
But
Okay,
like I said, for
but-
just doing yeah, go ahead, Nim, your move.
All right, should we go and stab Merrick again then?
Okay, so you're going to have to make a dexterity to get through this pillar and Callista, who's like blocking the way at your feet. I believe you have fairly high dexterity though, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you. Make a roll. You
Nice.
you nimbly leap over her and make an attack roll, please. He's wearing studded leather armor, just for the record.
Shank.
So the dagger.
I did put it in there, so it's with your attacks. Just
Okay, it stabs
Does it do it?
directly into his leather armor and does not harm him, but it stabs into his armor.
we know he has at least 12 decks. No, at least 14 decks.
At least. Okay, next we have Merrick's turn, but he was stunned by your surprise attack,
Surprise round.
so to speak, which is a bit questionable in this situation, but I'll let it happen. It's generally supposed to be when it's not. Yeah, that works. It works. It's kosher. Next we have Cedric.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. I got. Wow. Some people must have not gotten it well. I got
don't
regular.
think. Oh, you did your fire already. Okay, right. But that was the prepared action. Now it's your actual turn.
Yeah, now I can do my thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. How many spell slots do I have? I got stuff to work with. What does more damage? That does more damage. And that, like, yeah. Oh, I'll have that one prepared anyways. So, yeah, let's drop a moonbeam. Right. I don't suppose I can hit. There we go. If I can hit both of these at the same time.
Is this supposed to be a 5 foot width? Because the grid
It
is a
is
little
5
off
foot.
here, so that's a little more than 5 feet. So you have to choose one of
Okay.
them because the grid's a little
So-
off here. It's disproportionate.
I'll drop it just right on that guy. Although as
Okay.
far like over here.
So it doesn't hit the
It's-
tiefling child, right?
Yeah, it's not gonna hit the tiefling child.
Correct. It's not going to hit the tiefling child.
So I need him to make a Constitution save.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna do that right now. That is a total of 4.
That does not succeed.
So how much damage is that?
17.
Pretty significant.
17 radiant damage. Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
That
pretty.
guy already got fucked up too.
Fucking
Yeah, he's
high.
did like almost 30
That's-
damage already.
That's pretty fucking high. Yeah, these guys are big boys. These guys are like pretty good rogues. They're not
And once
your
they-
to be able to make it through these mountains and do what they're doing. They're pretty decent rogues.
At the start of that guy's turn, you can just let me know because he'll need to roll another one.
Mm-hmm. Next, it is the rogue in the back's turn. He starts his turn by throwing something on the ground that bursts smoke into this entire area, like a fog. To the
Does
entire
my
area.
beam of light help?
The beam of light does not help.
Ah,
So right now, I'm going to re-reveal what you can see.
nothing.
Oh,
No, hang on. Not nothing.
Wait, it just filled up the entire area.
didn't I get a chance to see what was over there first though?
Oh shit.
What you saw was the rectangular room proceeded down there, and there was just a couple pillows and like a chair. But all the rogues that were visible were there. So that area is fogged off, but I will do what you direct me to do in the fog. Everything that involves targeting or attacking is going to be with disadvantage in the fog, unless you have something that magically helps you or something like that. So next it is, so that rogue, that was just like an action, like a what's it called?
Oh, throwing the thing.
Yeah, so he's actually going to, I'm not going to tell you what he's going to do because he's in the fog, but you hear feet running. Now it is Falminar's turn.
I don't really think I can do anything in this situation. 'Cause I cannot say, Dark Vision's not gonna help me at all with that.
Mm-mm.
Let's see what I can do. I mean, I guess I'll just reposition myself for the time being. I'll go over here,
Okay.
and that'll be it for me.
Make a perception roll there.
Perception.
How hard is the puff of, like the gust of wind from Druidcraft?
So Falminar actually sees someone else in the next area, which doesn't have fog,
That's different.
and he doesn't appear to be, or it, whatever he sees, doesn't appear to be a rogue. And what were you saying, Cedric? I'm sorry.
So with Druidcraft, I can create a gust of wind. How hard is that gust of wind?
Let me have a look. Druidcraft.
So this is like a puff of wind. It's like poof.
Let me see.
Kinda.
Whispering to the spirits of nature. You can create one of the following effects. You create a tiny harmless sensory effect. Let's see.
I'm just shooting in the dark at this point.
A leaf, bud, bloom, puff of wind, an instantaneous harmless sensory effect. So sensory, not necessarily. It seems like it's
Well, yeah.
only sensory. Like you feel it upon your skin, but it doesn't actually affect anything in the world around you.
Well, because I just can't harm someone. Could I push some of the smoke out of the way with puff of?
The thing is, I believe it's a sensory effect, which means it's not an actual effect. It's like something that you feel.
It was worth a shot.
Let's see, it might manifest as a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, falling snowflakes for snow. God, this is complicated. You create one of the following effects. You create a tiny harmless sensory effect. what that predicts what the weather will be. I'm so confused by that. Create one of the following effects within range. That predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours. The effect might menace it. Yeah, so it wouldn't actually blow it, but you would feel it on your skin, I guess.
Well, because
it's pretty thick. It's pretty thick smoke, buddy.
It was worth a shot. But yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I have to get stuff to make my throat better.
Okay. So we are going to move on to Lorian. Lorian's turn? Yes, Lorian's turn.
Okay.
No, yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I did Cedric and Valmar's turn out of turn. Lorian's turn. Yep.
At last. Wait, one moment. Let's see. Yeah. Thunderweave. Thunder wave. Yes, that might blow the smoke away. I want to like face like directly down, so I'm not gonna hit the child or Nim, but hopefully hit all the rogues with it if they're still in the area, and hopefully push that fucking fog out of the way.
I am going to allow that one.
Thank you.
But you need to tell me which way you're facing this.
Down and very slightly to the right.
To the right.
Your
well,
right,
yeah, or our right as we're looking at the map?
Our right as we're looking at the map to because it's a cube in front of me, so I want to make sure I don't hit the child with it, but only very slightly, you know. Whoa. Okay.
15-foot cube. 15-foot cube.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Okay.
Thunderwave.
That's it. That's all we got.
You.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that that one guy gets his second dose of radiant damage. Ooh, we can see things.
Well,
So
I can see things.
I'm gonna change the shape a little bit because
the
wind actually proceeds further. Okay, that's what you see.
All right, and that also does damage. They have a DC 15 Constitution save that they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you nailed like all of them.
DC 15.
Yeah, so it looks like what 8 damage? Yeah, because it's got did it at level.
They both got
2.
They both got in the 20s. So what do they take, half, or what is it? How does that work?
Yeah, half damage, and they don't get shoved.
So is that 4? So, is that 4 damage for each?
Yes, and
Okay.
Yep. And so they all made their Constitution save. None of them got through.
Yeah, just those 2, because technically Merrick is like kind of standing next to you here. He's like right next to. He's like on Nim basically.
Okay. All right.
And this one is like just outside of that 15 foot. That's his cape. His cape got rustled. Okay, next we have Reselin. I'm going to do a quick move from her, and we are going to.
Could we tell that the smoke over there got moved?
No, because there's a wall of smoke in front of it. She casts Mage Armor on herself, which boosts up to, I can't remember. Let me see.
13 plus Dex.
Right, so that's what she has then. Just help me remember that if she gets hit. Okay, so she has Mage Armor, and then next we are going to do Archmist's move. Archmist is going to sprint into the smoke like a hero. He vanishes into the smoke. I'll handle his rolls on paper. Rogue number 2.
Which one is that?
Rogue number 2 would be this one, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry. Rogue number 2 is the one that attacked Nim and hit the box. Okay, I'm going to do rogue number 2 now. Okay, And rogue number 2 is using a short sword.
He needs to roll a con save first.
Oh, okay.
Because at the start of his turn,
He gets the full damage of the moonbeam. What is the full damage?
flat 10.
Okay. He moves out of the moonbeam area into the smoke. You do not see where he went. I'm making an attack roll on somebody. We shall see. Short sword. It's a weapon of finesse. Nim, you take 1d6 piercing damage. I'll roll that for you. And you bleed on the box.
Oh.
Let me
Oh,
put
no.
Nim's damage on here first though.
But no one can see stuff.
She's down to 33 HP. So when this happens, significant things happen. All of the lights, all the flame, turn from their natural orange glow to sort of a black light, blackish, purplish.
That's not good.
Nim, make a perception because you are in smoke as this is happening to you. Are you there, Nim? You might have fallen asleep. I'll roll for him. Perception. 18. So he feels the box. Actually, it doesn't simply open. It is as if it has transmutation magic on it. The box itself shapes into a 4-pronged key, as if it's sort of like a key with 4 prongs on it in a circular formation with a handle on it. And he's now holding that key.
Wait, how is he holding it? I'm confused.
Because he was holding the box when the showdown went down.
Oh.
The one
Him
that
and
the rogue that got fucked up quite a bit already.
Oh, did you just like hit her with the box?
Lorian,
whack.
make a perception check. With disadvantage.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me.
Well, higher.
Okay, you are able to see Merrick move from here to here into the fog. He sprints. Next, it is Cedric's turn.
Oh, it is? I can't see Jack. So... bonus action. Shillelagh on my stick.
Okay, are you finished?
No. And with my action, I'll take the moonbeam, move it to where I last heard the other 2 rogues that weren't Merrick. Just like the last time I saw him, just like, yeah, screw it, move back there. And see if I can... I don't know if I was close enough, but I'll try to get in between them.
Make a... What is your casting? Is it wisdom or...
Yes.
Make a wisdom roll.
Is there any skill I could use to boost that?
Not that I know of. Except your inspiration, which I don't think you should use now.
7. I don't have one.
So we're going to say it ends up going here, or like here, which would only hit...
like when I'm trying to like, get in
Which would-
between them.
Which would only hit this one.
Because I can move it like 30 feet, so I'm like cranking it that way, and then hopefully get it back somewhere. I'm like, eh.
So this rogue rolls for the wisdom, so it takes half damage. What's the half damage? Is that how that works, right? Half damage?
Just wait, he rolled for wisdom?
I'm sorry, what was the save? Constitution?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So half is how much now?
3.
3, okay.
Feel like he rolled really high. I mean, I have a 6.
Okay, next we have that rogue and this rogue. They disengage this way. And
Do I hear pain?
you do not.
Huh.
These rogues are pretty good with pain. However, you can make a perception roll. And
Oh,
Falminar,
okay.
you can also make a perception roll.
Yep.
And make an intelligence. Falmanar makes an intelligence roll as well.
Oh, intelligence. Okay.
Right when I'm
Yeah.
on my good rolls, they all disappear.
Where's intelligence? Right.
Oh wait, so it was that one rogue's turn?
So right now there are 2 drow clerics, which are running. We can end pretty soon. There's a lot of shit we went through today, and there's a lot more to happen. So we
When
have
is my turn, by the way?
It's after this turn, but these are new people
okay.
entered into the initiative. So there are 2 drow clerics, which you know that are not part of the rogues. They are here defending this estate, which is run by cultists. They are now running into the fray, and they only see Falmanar right now because of the smoke. Now it is Lorien's turn. Oh, sorry, actually Falmanar goes before Lorien. It's Falmanar's turn.
All right, they're not in the smoke yet, correct?
They are not in the smoke, no.
All right, let's get it. I'm gonna assume that they're hostile, so can I?
Yeah, they're screaming in another language, which you think is probably Undercommon or Drow.
What languages do I have? I probably can't hear what they're saying. Common, Elvish, and Orc.
You know that it's a derivative of Elvish, but you can't really understand.
Shit.
It's that same thing that Nim speaks.
Mm-hmm.
Could Nim hear what they're saying?
Probably.
Yes.
Can I get a translation? Oh no.
But-
Definitely she can.
But she's in the smoke, so like she's in the fog, so like she's not like with it right now. Like conversation is a challenging thing.
Talking is a free action.
Yes, but it is very. I mean, you can shout if you like.
Be like, don't kill him.
Don't kill him? Okay. I mean, I guess I'll just follow them if they go into the smoke, if that's anything.
So Nim,
Languages are good.
Nim you hear them Nim just yelling heretics. That's what they yell when they're charging. These appear to be the same clerics that are. They're not simply initiatives, which is what you fought in the outpost. These are like fully fledged cultists. They're clerics. They fight with the power of Gonadar, and they're armored with shields. Yes, so now we are on Lorien's turn. Thank you for being patient.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I nodded off. I perceived that the rogues all went kind of like this way.
Correct.
Because there were 2 here. All right.
Mhm.
And what is this, like a window?
As far as you can remember, before the smoke hit.
So
You did see some rogues making their way out with tons of loot from this estate through those windows and other parts of the building, which you heard.
but they have the key. I didn't see that though, did I?
Perception roll.
Well, here's that. The one that I hit and he jumped out, it was the start of his turn when he moved out, correct?
The one that you hit was doing his initial roll at the beginning of his turn.
But he did have another
So,
turn.
I'm not sure.
Because I want to kill him.
Wait,
So.
well,
If it was the start of his turn.
I don't know which one. You hit more than one rogue. So anyway, Lorien, you saw that Nim was holding the box when combat began. That's the last time you saw it, was when the other rogue tried to hit Nim, and the rogue hit the box that it was holding.
All right. I have 30 feet of action, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run to where I thought the window was.
Do an investigation if you're looking for the window in the fog. With disadvantage.
Damn it. Okay.
Roll like a nat 20. It'd be great.
Okay, you find the window.
Yeah. Can I see out of it?
Yes, because the fog is not going there. Let me reveal that for you.
No rogues in sight. They've already managed to run away completely.
Yes, these rogues have a lot of shit. These are not like the things you were fighting before. These guys have really good shit, really good magical items, and really good stats. Like, if they stayed and fought with you, that'd be probably fucking bad news. Just putting that out there.
Oh, okay. And I saw all 4 of them go through the fog and go this way, so clearly they've all escaped through the window.
You've seen... I think you've seen... You saw Merrick go that way. We never did roll about the others, but yeah, you should have seen
Yeah,
them.
but the other 2 I should have been able to see, because they were in a revealed area, right?
You were in fog, so I don't know.
I feel like that was a
But
pretty
it
bit of fog.
starts at my face, though. The clear.
We'll say
like,
we'll say that you could see them. We'll say that you could see them. And that's
Okay.
that's a 15-foot drop out the window too, by the way. Gotta be dexterous.
All right, so I saw. So 3 of them ran through this square, or 4 of them ran through this square.
3 of them, and you can make an investigation right now because you're looking for something specific.
Okay.
Behind this flame, which is now purple, you saw something out of the corner of your eye. Just go straight over this wall. This wall goes about 15 feet high.
Yell! They've escaped through the window and over the wall of the courtyard. There's not really much else I can do. Turn back, ready to defend myself, I guess.
So you also hear with all these rolls, because you have some pretty high rolls there, decent rolls. You hear lots of movement upstairs above you. Like you hear just people running all over the place. You don't know if they're cultists, you don't know if they're rogues, you don't know if they're both. There's just a lot of running around in the building. Like there's shit going down in this building.
Yeah.
You also think that perhaps whatever changed the color of the flame is also alerting cultists to defend the house from the intruders, whether it be you, whether it be the rogues. Shit going down.
Nim, do the thingy.
What thingy?
I don't know, maybe Nim is also a drought. Maybe I should be like, hey, chill.
Whose move is it? Okay, so now it's Wrestlin's turn. Let me see. I'm gonna make it pretty streamlined for her, don't worry. Wrestlin is going to... I mean, she honestly doesn't know what the fuck is going on, so she's actually quite frightened and worried. She's gonna go run next to Cedric and just kind of guard his back for now, because she sees a lot of shit going down. Next we have Harkness's move. I need to make a few rolls for him with disadvantage. Okay. Now, while I move a few tokens around, we are going to up to Nimlaway's turn.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. So Nim would try speaking over to her clan sisters. I'm gonna call them clan sisters because they're technically the same species, but hey ho. Anyways, so she would try and get them to calm down, or maybe direct them to attack the Silver Strands. So like Merrick and shit.
What was she gonna say though? You have to tell me what she says.
Oh, this dude opened the door, forced me to open the well, you should point to Merrick and say this person forced me to open the box, deal with him, and yeah.
Merrick is already fucking gone though, and you're in a bunch of smoke.
Fuck.
So let's just say you
Don't say
shout that then. You shout something along those lines. You say it in Drow, right? Something along those lines.
Yeah. The rogue just absconded with the key after forcing her.
Make
to
a
open the
persuasion check, Nim.
I'm not close, I can't boop you. I feel bad.
box.
Gone unbooped.
Oh, do you mind? Can someone do the roll call?
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay, let's see. You got a 4. They yell that you are going to die.
Oh. So much for that.
Actually, this is pretty cool and ironic, but I can tell you outright that these clerics actually have a spell called Gust of Wind.
Oh, hey.
It is actually not even something that I retconned in. Like, this is like a thing. They have it. And they cast it. One of them casts it in that direction. And it is far more powerful than Thunderwave, which Thunderwave did do a bit, but like this is like the spell you want for this situation. So one of them uses his action by casting Gust of Wind, which clears this whole area out. The other one turns to Falminar, and this is like really fucking significant of a roll, because evil clerics, they can do some shit. So right now you're gonna have to make a saving throw on a spell that's being cast on you.
You should fight them, Val.
So Falminar, your save has to be A. So you see this cleric use his voice, his hands, and let's see, what is the save for you? The save is a charisma saving throw. This is some serious shit, this spell right here.
Oh no.
Oh no, I think I know what's happening.
That's not what you think is happening. It's not what you think is happening. Okay. So what is happening is a whole fucking other level. So you can make a Arcana roll, Lorien.
The only wizardy person. You're smart.
Arcana. So you see Lorien completely vanish.
What? Oh.
I mean
Lorien?
Falminar. You see Falminar completely vanish from existence. And you see Falminar is now here. This is called Banishment. It is a spell. And Falminar, make an Arcana roll first.
I was so
very good. So you're a half elf. You might have been exposed to some Arcana training, regardless of your fighter abilities. You're aware that somebody cast you're not necessarily sure of the nature behind banishment, but you know that you have been sent to another plane of existence with these clerics spells, and you see across from you in this strange terrain these individuals looking at you, and they are just as confused as you are.
Oh. They don't look frightening at all.
What even are those?
I know the lore behind these guys.
Make an intelligence check, Falminar. You're not sure who these are. Anyway, let's go back to the others.
How do you get my baby pictures?
So that's what Falminar's up to. These clerics are no fucking joke. Yeah. So next it is Cedric's turn.
Can't. Oh, there it is.
Okay, well, with that beam of light, since they just freaking begotten someone else from, I don't want to have to, from there, bop. Actually, no,
okay.
From there, bop to get both of those to there, and then back to here.
So, one moment of clarification, Steve. Isn't
Sure.
this the guy that was actually holding the box that they bled on?
They both had their hands on it, but when combat went down, he let go of the box and was attacking Nim with the sword, and she blocked the sword attack accidentally with the box.
Oh, right.
And in the fray, so then Nim charged Merrick going this way. He charged her, not knowing that she moved in the smoke this way. And that's how they kind of crisscrossed paths.
But he has the box.
So Nim has the box.
Oh, Nim
has the key. Oh, okay.
This is a lot better of a situation.
Also, I realized you can now see this. I forgot you can actually see this. And Artemis and the girl were charging this way and kind of like bumped into the fountain, and they're kind of just like
that's water.
stumbling. Her hands are tied, but her feet are free. And they're walking that way.
So yeah. So from there, there, and back. So all three of them need to make a con saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna start with the rogue. He fails it. How much damage is that? Just so I can
Let
do
me-
this.
15.
He falls to the ground and does not move. The first cleric also fails. How much is that?
Ooh. Same amount.
Sorry, 15 you said?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
This is like what cleric falls over. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what I thought.
This is actually such a goddamn powerful spell if you think about it. It's like
If you
Yeah.
use it right,
Yes.
you can freaking wreck shop with
this. The second one succeeds. So what is that? Half damage? 7? Rounded down. Okay.
Oh wait, I feel like there's something else. Let me look at it.
Now it is Lorian's turn. Sorry, I'm so sorry. That's actually Falminar's turn. What am I saying? Falminar, it is your turn. You're in another dimension, boy.
I'm in another dimension.
None of them can do any shape shift.
Can I like?
Sorry, you're too small here. You're supposed to be about that big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say, are these guys just massive and I'm?
No, sorry. They're the same size as you.
They're tall though.
So right now you can make an investigation or perception. I don't really care.
Let me do investigation.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. So you see that these are of no race that you have ever seen before. You see them kind of make it an insight as well. You see that they have weapons and armor that you also never seen before.
Ah, cool.
Um,
Pointy stick.
Pointy stick. Ah.
You see them kind of looking at each other and kind of determining what to do, and they seem just as confused as you've entered this area as well.
Hi. I'm of no threat to you. I don't even know who you are.
I love how one spell could do this to a man. They begin to talk amongst themselves about what to do with you. Okay.
Ah.
Now it
okay,
is
so-
Lorian's turn.
God, I love getting sent to another plane of existence.
At least we can see things. I really should have taken Gust of Wind, because I can get that. Didn't.
God, I really wish I killed those guys earlier.
I mean, Gust of
Man, I
Wind is
really
like
wish Merrick freaking died.
Gust of Wind is good for like some very specific situations. Like this is one of them, like when the place is fogged out.
Okay. Alright, fireball so that I hit all three of these fuckers and not my own people.
Well, just to clarify, this one's already dead.
He's gonna be extra dead.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Let me get a token for that. It's like, well, you guys know
Oh,
he's
okay,
dead.
well, then those two, that works fine.
Mhm.
Fireball.
I gotta tell you, like, you guys want to take these guys out as soon as possible. You've seen what they've done to Falminar. Like, you want to take those guys out, and there are more running through the house. For all
Okay,
you
well,
know.
they need to do a 15 dex save or they're gonna take 27 points of fire damage each.
They're taking like 13 whether they want to or not.
So the first one
Yeah.
fails, and the second one succeeds. So how much damage to the first one again?
27.
Okay. That is ridiculous.
Man, Fireball is super good. Plus you
and
gotta just be like,
That is
Fireball.
redonkulous. Okay, and how much to
Double
the one who takes
and the second one
half is
gets 13 fire
okay.
damage.
Okay. What did I do here? What did I do here? Hold on, I'm doing my math all wrong here. Okay. Got it. Next we have Resolin.
God, they're both still alive.
Resolin has she has like no regular weapons. She just has magic,
she
I
has a
think.
dagger. That's why I said someone should grab a weapon. If they need it.
She is going to
Second Fireball.
goodness, what's she gonna do? Her magic is like really like control magic. trying to play her the way she would play herself. I think she's gonna run over and try to help the little girl as well.
So haphazardly?
Haphazardly. She's running over here. Oops, sorry. She's running over here to help assist, but she makes her full... God damn this map. She makes her full movement and gets all the way up to here, and then... Let me check her spells one last time. Bear with me. I'm just trying to deal with a lot of new spells and stuff that I didn't realize she had. She is going to do... Oh, man. She's going to make a dexterity roll to try to untie the ropes with her turn. At least she's going to try to make the most of her turn here. And her dexterity would be... It would be sleight of hands, actually. Sleight of hand is a... There we go. She undoes the binds on the back of the hand. Next, it is Archmiss's turn.
Off
He
they go.
picks her up and shuffles her along back this way successfully. It's about 30 feet. Next, we have back up to Nim's turn. Okay, Nim, you can see now. And you know that people are coming to kill you.
You are looking at a wall.
Yeah, you're in good cover though. Let me put a body there to not get confused about the dead rogue.
So here, like, yes. I see. No wonder I wasn't hitting anything. This is wall.
Nim, it might be asleep. Let me see.
It is true. Nim!
I will do Nim's move for her. I can't find a damn body token here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do her turn. She's gonna step out. Oh, I forgot she has no weapons but a dagger. So, does she have any spells? Let's see. We have
Not damage ones, I think.
non-damage spells.
All of her weapons currently over here. Oh, that's not the right one. Over here.
She is going to throw the dagger at the cleric.
And then run.
Because she's a mad lad. So is that a regular dagger attack? Remind me how that works? Okay.
Let's see, throw.
So since your dex, you just regular dagger attack.
Alright, we're gonna do that.
Pew!
That, here we go. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Is it not even on the list of... Yeah, it is, here it is. It bounces off their armor. She's going to step back into cover because she's not an idiot. And now we are going to do... It is Cedric's turn. No, Cleric's turn, sorry. Cleric's turn.
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
No.
This one needs to roll a con save.
Does it?
It does. It's in the light.
Damn. 16 total? I forget, is that?
Barely.
Okay, so how much damage?
Let me... 10... 7.
Damn. That would have actually killed him if he didn't roll so high.
Oh, 1.
So he sees that you're controlling the light with your hand.
I'm just chilling back here. I don't know what you want.
He casts a spell toward you.
No,
See what
you. Do I have half cover from the box from the
He
plant?
uses his voice and his hands and casts the spell upon you. You must make a Constitution saving throw. So that would be a DC 13, I believe.
Nice.
Okay, let me see what happens with a failed. Oh God, with a failed save, you're taking 8d8 of necromantic energy. No, that's with a fail. Oh, sorry, that's with a failed, right. So half as much with successful.
Yeah.
So 48.
This spell is
God dang it.
blight. This blight.
Oof. I know what blight is. That could freaking hurt. I could actually... No, I couldn't survive 8d8. I'm counting. I could almost survive 5d8.
Do the roll on roll 20
yeah,
and
we
then
can do
just divide it, rounding down.
What's that? 8d8. So 16.
Okay, so you handle that on your temporary. How are you doing on health, by the way?
I have 40 max, so
Okay, so you're like doing fine for now.
Yeah. got more
Okay,
than half.
now we have cleric number 2. Let's have a look here. So many lovely things.
I don't like this.
So many lovely things.
I don't want to be the first one to die. I've already been the first one to be knocked
Okay,
unconscious.
Reslin is making a charisma save now. Also
Okay.
casting banishment on her. Reslin.
Should be her.
Charisma. Charisma had to be a total of 14. She actually is not banished to another plane of
Yeah.
existence.
Well, that's good.
Sorcerers.
But this cleric still runs and jumps over the water and is slowed movement by doing the climbing over. So that's the end of the turn. And no, they are tanky even without spells. Like the clerics are pretty well rounded. Next we have Cedric's move.
Alright. I don't blow my nose real quick. Okay. So, first off, beam thingy. First from that person to that person, and then the back to that person. And then, do I have enough movement to get it to like right here?
Is that
After
how
that-
that works, man? That's
I can move it up to 30 feet.
That spell, but does it hit them repeatedly, like in one turn? Is that how that works?
I can only hit it like once. It's once per turn, or when they start their turn.
Because what's to stop someone from moving in and out, moving in and out, moving in and out on one target in one turn? That doesn't make sense.
No, so you, like on one turn, you can only hit them that one time.
So yeah, you can only hit them one time then.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what I need to roll. Constitution?
Hit
Constitution?
them once. Go up to hit them once, and then just come and
Constitution,
chill there.
right? Constitution,
Yes.
right? Okay. The first one failed. That's the one on the right. So he dies. And as he dies, the concentration that was sustaining the banishment spell for Falminar ends. So Falminar is
Come back here.
returning
Oh,
to
good.
our plane of existence.
Just pause back in. I got you.
He's gonna be like,
It's
he's
like,
gonna have
Oh, okay. We're good.
some new empathy for Lorian, maybe. Ah!
He's very big.
Ah, look!
I got you.
So he
Oh my
just
God.
out of nowhere comes back facing the other way. Now we're rolling Constitution on the other drow. And this one also fails. How much damage is that again? I just need these numbers. Okay, thanks. Okay, doing that math. Okay. Yeah. So this
Then
one
I'm
is
just
dead.
gonna-
This one is dead. I don't have body tokens right now. I'm gonna pull those up. Give me one moment. Yeah, go on. What else were you saying?
I'm just gonna leave it right there, just on top of that one.
Go.
And then with my movement, I'm gonna do a little. How far can I get to Lorian?
What, you to Lorian? You can make it about a third of the way there. Sorry, I'm fixing the sizes of these stem tokens.
Ish.
Yeah, that's right. You can take
Okay,
another
cool.
another step forward. That's one person.
I'll stay right there so I could maintain. Well, no, like there or something.
That's fine.
Cool.
No pants, man. There he
Yeah,
is.
let's-
back.
Let's just pretend he's wearing pants.
He got hit so
Never.
hard by the radiant energy, it blasted off his pants.
He's
Never.
originally supposed to be, I think, like a werewolf token. But anyways, yeah. So now it is Falminar's turn. Falminar's turn. I think Falminar might destroy this cleric. I'm not sure. To be fair, this cleric has almost as much armor as Falminar does. They're wearing a half plate with shield.
You bitch! I'm gonna hit this man in the face with
You
my
have to
axe.
do a little bit of a dexterity because you got to climb over this little bit of the fountain here. It should go right unless you roll poorly. You guys are both gonna. So you jump. You're both standing in the water here. It's gonna be epic as fuck.
Real quick, is
You can
the
do-
elf considered engaged with Reslin?
No, because he didn't enter attack. He's just facing that way.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd be some kind of.
Oh.
So.
Shit.
15.
The nat 20. Oh my god.
This guy,
Came back with a vengeance.
you slash into the armor and do the full damage to him. But he's still standing. This dude is tanky.
But wait, there's more.
Came back with a vengeance. Oh,
Oh, god damn it.
you just put all your power into that one hit.
So
Oh.
yeah, so you miss him this time. He's got some serious AC. Okay, next it is Lorian's turn. That's the problem with
Don't die.
seven. That's the problem with 7 players. one of them's still another dimension.
That's facts.
Sandro is. There's a lot of player travel in this campaign, which I fucking love.
It was like, I
Okay.
don't know where I am.
Got an 18 with this firebolt. 9
Oh,
damage.
baby.
You kill him.
Oh, there it is.
Okay,
It died.
so I need you all to make a perception.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Are we still in initiative?
No.
Guidance.
So you hear. Okay, Cedric and Lorian.
Yes.
Not Lorian, sorry. You both hear a lot of the running around in combat. You hear explosions, you hear screaming, you hear all kinds of magical combat going on throughout the estate. But you hear a lot of it going outside of the estate. Like, it's almost as if the clerics are chasing the rogues out into the mountains. And you know that the rogues were already making their way out with a lot of the loot. So the estate is almost, in a sense, being abandoned for combat out in the mountains.
I don't want this house anymore.
I mean, I'm here, but I'm not sure if I'm glad I'm here.
Falminar, I also need you to make. You have a do a perception roll.
Perception, yeah.
Man, we some perceptive people out here.
Okay, you find something that is very good for your character.
I've opened my third eye after going through another dimension. Oh no.
So in this room above you, now that you're not so distracted, you find this suit of dragon scale armor on a mannequin.
Yes! Yes!
Yo.
Yes!
So you realize that this is the estate, and the rogues have taken a shit ton of stuff from it already, but there's still
They
many
didn't take
wonders.
everything.
There's many wonders still within, and you don't know if this place has been cleared. There still might be clerics, there might be other shit, and you don't know what
That
that
can be
key
a part
that
of your
Falminar
pay.
has. And you don't know what key Falminar has. There's still, Nim has. There's a lot of shit to be found, but that's the first thing that you see. Full suit of armor. I can tell you about that too, actually. Let me tell you a little bit about that. So this is dragon scale mail. It's made from the scales of a particular type of dragon. In this case, it's a red dragon. So that means it protects you from, let me see here. You have advantage on saving throws against the frightful presence and the breath weapons of red dragons. So the breath weapons, and you also have resistance of fire specifically.
Mhm.
And you also gain a +1 bonus to AC when wearing this, which is super sick.
Now,
So
you now have
it's-
an AC of 21, my guy.
Alright, you already
You're
know
gonna-
your boy's gonna get his hands on this shit right here.
Yeah, it takes I think like 10 or 15 minutes to put on, but you can start putting on now if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have that. I say.
I
One
don't
of
think
the-
any of us were gonna use it.
One of the
Wasn't
few
even gonna
things-
ask.
I mean, it's my shit technically, but you know you're gonna keep my shit alive, so yeah, go.